to Mick, and he's a little bit, circumspect about the whole thing. But I said to him, "Look, I want to talk to you because I want to hear your opinion. I'm your representative out there. Aina's representing Roy, but I'm sort of representing you."
All that. There are many events that have divided Ireland through history: the Battle of the Boyne, the Anglo-Irish Treaty, me being allowed to host this show. However, none come close to when Roy Keane and Mick McCarthy split the nation down the middle before the 2002 World Cup in Japan.
Imagine this: 2 men, 1 island, and a nation that still hasn't recovered from the fallout. A wound that never healed. A battle that never ended. And on the night Steve Coogan and Deanna Hardwick walked onto the Late Late Show set, even Patrick Kielty felt it: the tension, the weight, the ghosts of 2002 stepping back into the studio with them. This wasn't an interview. This was an exorcism.
Please welcome Aina Hardwick and Steve Coogan. It's been up a mountain. You have brought a movie about Roy Keane back to your hometown in Cork last night. What was the reaction? Were they delighted, or did they think you were just doing your job?
And before we dive in, hit subscribe right now, because what's coming next will shake Irish football to its core. From the second Coogan sat down, Patrick Kielty locked in like a man preparing to open Pandora's box. He knew the moment those cameras rolled, every living room in Ireland would hold its breath. Because Saipan isn't history. Saipan is a scar. And then Coogan detonates the first bomb.
I sat in the audience in the Everyman last night and I was like, this is a mental idea. We're going to premiere this film in Cork in front of 800 Corkonians, and within 5 minutes they'll be able to turn around and go, nah. But no, thankfully it went down a treat, and it was very special because that was like my local theatre. And
I'm 51% Mick, 49% Roy. Kielty's eyebrows barely moved, but his eyes said everything. Here we go. That one sentence tore open the divide that has split Ireland for more than 2 decades. A divide between unity and ambition, comfort and excellence, loyalty and leadership.
Irish cultural history where Mick McCarthy and Roy Keane were at loggerheads and couldn't resolve the differences, and it was happening under the microscope of the World Cup when Ireland were there.
A divide that still decides the fate of Irish football. Beside Coogan, Aina Hardwick sits with the calmness of a man about to portray a storm. Roy Keane isn't just a character, he's a force of nature.
Diplomatic description of one on there, Steve, I have to say.
Well, it's an interesting story because, it's about... It was Roy and Mick were at each other's throats, and when I read the script...
And Deanna admits stepping into Keane's head is like stepping into a furnace. Unforgiving, obsessive, volcanic. Kielty listens with that intense half-smile. The smile of a man who grew up in an Ireland where Roy Keane wasn't just a player, he was the standard. Coogan drops another truth bomb.
Credibility, and as a second-generation Irishman, as he was and as I am, but I
One
think,
that Kielty instantly knows will hit home. Ireland is admired, loved, adored. But not always respected. People cheer for the Irish because they're fun, likable, harmless. Roy Keane didn't want harmless. Roy Keane wanted domination. He wanted Ireland feared, respected, professional, ruthless. Mick McCarthy wanted unity. Keane wanted revolution. And in Saipan, those 2 philosophies slammed into each other like tectonic plates. Patrick Kielty navigates the conversation like a man walking across broken glass.
I mean, what was it like whenever you guys got together on set? You stood off a little bit at the start?
I kind of, because I was, such a fan going in, I said...
He cracks jokes, softens edges, but he knows every question he asks is pulling at a nerve that never stopped twitching. Because Saipan wasn't a football argument. It was an identity crisis. It was Ireland looking in the mirror and seeing 2 different versions of itself fighting for control. And that's why this interview felt dangerous. Powerful. Alive. The actors describe Saipan like a shipwreck, 2 men stranded together, sinking under pressure that no one back home fully understood.
The first week, things relaxed a little, and we had a ball. We had a great, great time.
I do remember thinking that you were in a very Roy Keane mode, shall we say?
And Kielty, sensing the emotional weight, leans deeper, guiding them to the very heart of what the film is exposing. Ireland has never resolved Saipan because Ireland has never resolved what it wants to be. And then comes the twist, the part Patrick Kielty masterfully brings into the conversation without ever saying it outright. Saipan is not just the past. It is a prophecy.
You guys put on screen that you just spark when the two of you are together. We've got a little clip here. This is you guys in Saipan.
I've seen the pitch, Mick.
Because right now, as Ireland stares down the road to the next World Cup, every question Roy Keane asked still matters. Every standard he demanded is still missing. Every warning he shouted is still echoing through Irish football. Can Ireland qualify for the next World Cup? Yes, but only if they finally choose who they want to be. If they embrace Keane's ruthless professionalism, Ireland becomes a team that can grind out qualifying results, dominate smaller nations, and punch giants in the throat. If they embrace McCarthy's unity-first philosophy, Ireland can rebuild harmony, structure, belief, and use passion to outrun limitations. But if they stay stuck between both identities, if they keep dragging Saipan like a ghost behind them, they will always fall short. Patrick Kielty knows this. You can see it in the way he listens. Calm face. Intense eyes. Because Kielty understands something most people forget. Saipan didn't break Ireland. It exposed Ireland. It showed the country exactly where it stands, and exactly how far it still has to go. So as Coogan says, he hopes people won't watch the film to pick sides, but to understand, the truth is unavoidable. Ireland didn't lose in Saipan. Ireland was born in Saipan. Ireland became self-aware in Saipan. And now, standing on the edge of a new World Cup cycle with the qualification door cracked open and a new generation rising, the question is burning hotter than ever. Will Ireland finally finish the journey Roy Keane tried to start? Or will they repeat the same mistakes that sent him exploding out of that island camp? Hit subscribe, because the full breakdown of Ireland's World Cup qualification path, the tactical evolution, and the deeper Saipan influence on today's team is coming next. And trust me, that one is going to start arguments.